Maa Inti Bangaaram proves Samantha can carry a Telugu action movie, mostly by making her carry everything except for the action. This thing runs for 152 minutes. Waits nearly an hour for its first proper fight. Gives Swarna and Karana about 2 minutes to settle their beef we spent the whole movie looking forward to. And somehow I still liked it. The storyline was predictable, but it was also entertaining. So today we're answering one question. How does a good action movie with good action lead keep putting the action on lunch break? We'll get to the cast iron pan, the bus full of goons, the surprisingly accurate shotgun, and the final showdown that lasts less than some YouTube sponsorships. The first hour is basically Swarna trying to survive the most dangerous organization in the whole movie, her husband's family. Everyone compares everybody. Everybody has an opinion. And apparently the fastest way you can become the favorite daughter-in-law is to be a good cook. Which is unfortunate because Swarna has no idea what she's doing. And honestly, I like the family drama comedy style that they had going on. The family felt exaggerated enough to be funny, but recognizable enough that I could actually see this happening in real life. It was wholesome, the cast had good chemistry, and I wasn't bored. But an action movie probably shouldn't have the family comedy carrying the whole first half of the movie. I needed a fight scene, I needed a dance scene, I needed an explosion. Something, please, just something. Then the action finally clocks in. Then we get a cast iron pan fighting scene. Swarna starts beating grown men with cooking ware. Then one guy runs toward her, trips, falls on his knife and dies. Gravity mostly did the work. If this was a Call of Duty lobby, she'd probably get the assist, he'd get the kill. And that scene pretty much explained why the unrealistic fighting didn't bother me as much as it normally would in most movies. Do I believe one woman can take down 20 grown men in a fight? No, not at all. I've been in the military, I've trained jiu-jitsu, size, strength, definitely matters. My issue is when like a grounded movie that has no comedy shows a woman beating up on 20 men and it's taking itself completely serious. This movie has men losing fights to cookware and basic gravity. It knows it's nonsense. So I stopped calculating body weight and started enjoying the ass kicking. And if you like hearing an American outsider point out the strange little details everyone else seems to ignore, hit the subscribe button. I just wish there was more ass kicking to enjoy. Samantha is one of the reasons why the genre shift from family comedy to an action gangster movie actually worked. She was able to handle the family comedy, the vulnerability, without making Swarna feel like three unrelated people. Then we get the bus fight, where she beats enough men to qualify for her own census district. Believable? Absolutely not. Entertaining? Yeah, it was actually entertaining. And Samantha sells it, which creates the movie's biggest problem that it has. She proves that she can carry the action scenes, while the movie rations the fights like it's on a national shortage. We get 3, maybe 4 meaningful fights throughout the entire 2.5 hours. At that point, the violence isn't a genre, it's a seasonal event. The story's pretty predictable too. I knew where the movie was going, but I liked the family well enough that I could actually go there with them. And predictability is one thing that kills a movie if it's boring, not if it's enjoyable. The only thing I couldn't predict was the dialogue. The subtitles were moving faster than human vision. Telugu already sounds way faster than Hindi. This movie occasionally drops 14 names, a murder threat, and somebody's emotional history onto the screen for about a half a second. I understood somebody was in danger, I understood the conflict, but the actual details have already gone to hyperspace by then. And then there was the first half's greatest emergency. No dance scene. Gangsters, family drama, attempted murder with a cast iron, but nobody even had danced yet. Then, halfway through the movie, we finally get the debt paid, and there was one dance scene through the whole movie. Thank you. Civilization can now continue. The story works because Swarna believes that revealing Jancy will make everybody reject her. Her husband is so distraught when he finds out, but instead of abandoning her, he tells her, hey, you handled everything alone. As a family, we're gonna do this together. But once the fighting begins, we'll do this together becomes more of an emotional slogan than a combat strategy. The brother gets folded almost immediately, and the husband who's a doctor is just tending to everybody, while Swarna does about 98% of all the other damage. Emotionally, it's team effort. Physically, Jancy carried the raid here. Kurano works better as an idea than a final opponent. He raised Jancy, turned her into a weapon, and he believes that gives him ownership over who she is. But once the movie promotes him to final boss, it forgets to give him final boss privileges. He spends the whole story talking about the monster he created, and then barely gets to fight her. The home invasion battle is the movie finally becoming exactly what I thought I was getting when I started watching it. The kitchen becomes the armory, chili powder becomes mace, and when the bracelets come off, every goon's health insurance premium triples. And hey, after 2 shots on the double barrel shotgun, she reloads it. I expected 47 rounds to come out of each double barrel shotgun that they had, but no, 2 shots, reloaded. Nice job. Then Kurano drives through the house and begins the traditional villain TED Talk, giving her time to recover and wait for the music to finish loading. But the disposable goons get an entire home invasion war, while Kurano only gets about a 2-minute with Swarna before next stab, gunshot, fade to black, thanks for coming. I mean, we waited 2 hours for the main course, and the waiter comes out and gives us a chicken nugget. The fight wasn't bad, but it was nowhere near enough. I still need somebody to explain to me the dead man fermenting in the potato sack for days while the family is able to talk 2 feet away from him. Does nobody smell anything? Either the whole entire house lost its sense of smell, or that sack contains military-grade Febreze technology. Overall, Maa Inti Bangaaram works because the family comedy carries the slow sections, Samantha carries the action, the playful tone makes the ridiculous fighting scenes enjoyable, but an action movie should not have to wait an hour before we get our first proper fight. Spreading 3 or 4 battles between 152 minutes and then speedrun the confrontation. It spent the entire movie promising. So here's your answer. Samantha proved that she could carry Telugu action movies. The movie just didn't give her enough action. I'm giving Maa Inti Bangaaram a 5.5 out of 10. The family story kept me entertained. The action was fun whenever it remembered that it was an action movie. And one man lost his fight against gravity. Did the family comedy carry the slow first hour for you? Or were you also waiting for somebody to finally start fighting? Or at least dancing? That's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. If you did, hit the likes, hit the subscribes, comment down below what I should watch next, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, guys.